Hey everybody, wanted to follow up on last week's reflection on the midterms. First, I apologize. I sound very sick, and that's because I am. I feel like a nuclear cesspool of Dayquil, Mucinex, and whatever prescriptions I was given to get rid of this cold. So, anyway, wanted to things have changed quite dramatically since last week. One, I want to kind of explain or clarify where my fear was coming from last week, kind of why I'm feeling very passionately about this. Again, I'm not sure where this is coming from, but here I am doing these videos. um, but and then how things maybe have shifted. So where am I coming from? Look, you got a Republican party. It's led by Donald Trump. Donald Trump spread the big lie about the 2020 election getting rigged. 60% of the ballot on this last midterms were folks that had to kiss the ring, and to kiss the ring of Donald Trump and to get his graces to get in the primary and to get on the ballot is to also deny the results of the 2020 election, which is the terrifying thing to me because it's kiss the ring of the guy who called Georgia and asked for 11,761 votes or whatever it was. This is the guy that's trying to strategically put people in place so when he makes the call next time and needs those 11,761 votes, the folks on the ballot are the ones that will comply with that in the serving of this autocracy where I thought we were headed. So I'm mad about that. That makes me angry. That's the threat to democracy. That's why I say democracy was on the ballot. It's interesting. I didn't hear many people talking about that until now, but before I didn't feel like that was really on people's minds, or they thought it was over dramatic. I was wondering myself, am I being over dramatic? Anyway, but then, sure enough, Democrats keep the Senate, and a jury's still out on House. But it looks like maybe by a small margin, the Republicans will have the victory there. Either way, huge referendum in my mind on autocracy. I think a lot of people said, "Hey, you know what? I'm no fan of blue, but where this is going, if Donald Trump has the reins, um, is not democracy." And I think people had that thought somewhere along the way. Now, it was probably a lot of momentum based off the overturning of Roe. That makes sense to motivate people. Maybe there's a younger turnout because of what Biden's trying to do with the debt cancellation or forgiveness of debt. That's possible. Um, but one of the three legs in that stool is democracy, and I just feel vindicated is not the right word. Just relieved, totally relieved that America said no. You know what? That's a scary road. We had our fun. Quote Lindsey Graham. Had our fun, but hey, I'm out. And maybe voted for some sanity, which is great news. It means that the Republicans may be coming back to sanity. And I think a lot of Republicans are quite relieved. I have to give my dad credit and some friends credit, Chaz, you being one of them, um, who said, I think Donald Trump is just kind of a whittle away and he's going to be, not that influential in the future. Something I totally disagreed with last week. And now I kind of seeing it their way. This was a referendum on autocracy, but also on Donald Trump. And now, I mean, well, who knows? He's still got a lot of power. He's still going to be influential, I think. And he's got that control of the base who are all touting the same narratives of lies because their ruler has said as much. But what a relief! There have been some questions. Hey, well, why? I don't understand how anyone could vote for Fetterman. Well, I went if it's Fetterman or democracy going away, I get it. Yeah, he had a stroke. I think he's actually going to recover from that stroke. He's probably on the road to recovery and not as big a deal as people are making it. But I would have voted for a rotten head of lettuce over Republicans that were election deniers. That's just how it is. And I think other people felt the same way. I'm just so relieved that that's what happened. Hey, and God bless them. And Republicans, maybe we can bring you back to the table to have a normal conversation. Um, whereas moderates like myself would never have entertained the idea. So anyway, I'm encouraged. I think you should be encouraged. And if you're a Republican and we're disappointed by the lack of the red wave, be encouraged that maybe your party's not dictated by one person anymore, or that at least the door is now open to bring in some other voices. Maybe your DeSantis's. Maybe there's probably lots to mention that I can't think of right now. But I think that's encouraging. I think that's encouraging for everybody, whether you're Democrat, Republican, or in the middle. So anyway, God bless America. That was quite happy to hear the results. Quite happy to change my mindset on where things are going. At least for now, it's looking like it's headed in a more positive direction. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.